Miners on Saturday, June 1st for Military and First Responders Night. All active and retired military and first responders get a free ticket when you purchase one. Kickoff is set for 7 p.m. against the Steel City Stampede. Join us as we honor those who protect and serve our great nation. Get your tickets online at westbankoarena.com or go wvminers.com to...
It's another Victory Wednesday here on Through the Wire with Coach Rez, bye-week edition after a 6-0 start in the season. Of course, we got the game together, 3 different locations. I know me down Jacksonville, depressing city right now. But alongside the 2 undefeated people, Jeff, that is currently still in Willing, and Coach Rez that made his trip back home to Carolina for the bye week. How are we doing, gents?
Hanging in there.
That's it, Jeff?
Yeah, fair enough. It's been a busy week here, just with work and everything else, getting ready for next week, and
season, of course,
so getting ready to go.
Busy week here, just
So with that, let me get all the graphics, at least fine graphics. This past week, we defeated Jersey 25-20. They proved 6-0 in the regular season. If the postseason started today, your boys are the number 1 seed in their division and the number 1 overall seed in the league. This is what the bracket looks like if the playoffs started today in the AAL2. But we got to talk about this previous game. Coach, bright spots, low spots, net spots. What do you want to talk about?
Woo. Hey, what? I will say AJ and them do a great job of trying to put on a good show for what they're working with. So I'm glad to see him trying to do what he can do. But the venue they're in, it was the better of the 3 in my opinion that we played on the road, and it had lines on the field. Standard was pretty low for them to have to be the best, but there was lines on the field. They had field goal markings, which first time in my career where the ball would hit the top of the net before it went into the field goal post. So that was new to get used to. But so low ceiling, net hanging down. it was pretty challenging. It was frustrating from a play calling standpoint all around. And Grant and I can't even tell you countless times looked at each other like, what do we need to do? like what do we got to do? And so I don't want to run Grant, consistently, because that's not smart, to get him banged up and those type things. So, but we always find a way to try to make it positive. And so we were able to work on a lot of things that we usually aren't able to work on in the games. So that was good. It was good for us to taste a little bit of adversity. Because it was back and forth there for a minute and pretty much the whole game. Got a big defensive stop right at the end with Devontae Tinsley getting a pick. And then we ran the clock out for the rest of the game. I pretty much, the coaches and everyone's yelling in the bench area, like, we got to do this. I'm like, look, there's 2 minutes to go. Now it's time for me to outcoach these guys, and we run this dang 2 minutes out. So – And that was the fun part for me from that management standpoint, is that if you don't know when to stop the clock, when to call a timeout, when to do those things, how to function to make them have to call a timeout, those type things, like we could have gave the ball back to them. We came close right at the end twice because of questionable calls, so to speak, from referees and ball placement and non-calls for legal defense with both linebackers like all the way in the gaps, almost like 5 linemen on the defensive line, which was like I'm screaming the whole like 4 plays in a row, like what are we doing? So Yeah, get a haircut. I'm actually going to my barber tomorrow in Greensboro. So it's been hard. I feel like I'm cheating on someone if I'm using someone else to get my hair done. So, and my wife's a hairstylist for a living, and I can't even get an appointment with her to get my haircut. So, but anyways, appreciate that. You guys got some work to do too. You got to keep grinding it out. But so, I mean, we were able to finish it out. I mean, it was good for us to be able to face some of that pressure and see how we kind of reacted to that and how we responded. And I felt we did well. I thought everyone rallied amongst each other, because a lot of times when people face adversity, they start faltering and they're making mistakes, and then it's just it's just a panic mode. And we didn't do that. We just, it's almost like you circle the wagons and, you defend yourself and you take care of one another, and we push through. And that's kind of what we built so far as a organization.
So you were talking about how that was the first time kicking field goals with its net before the actual goalpost. Did you play the streets in that arena? Because that was similar setup where they had nets before one of their goalposts on.
Surprisingly enough, it would make New York streets feel like we're in the freaking Madison Square Garden compared to.
Well, they were supposed to be in Madison Square Garden.
But yeah, we had an issue where a field goal hit the ceiling in the New York street venue and it didn't count. They said it wasn't going to go in, and it's like it went in through the uprights. Like, how was it not going to go in? That was before all of our stuff got stolen in the locker room. So,
yeah,
but it's at least they had security in the venue that you wouldn't have thought they had it, but it was taken care of. Our stuff was safe, so we didn't worry about anyone, any thieving going on.
I forgot about that. Up in New York.
Yeah.
That's when you guys forfeited, because you guys were all pissed about your stuff getting stolen.
Yeah, because they felt like if we can't be safe out on the field, why are we going to play? Like, that doesn't make no sense. So Billy was taking care of the team and taking care of us, and unfortunately, the league had other ideas from that. So, and we got a forfeit. I mean, I don't know how we forfeit a game when we're beating them 47-0 at halftime, and then we give up the forfeit win. So, was it 47-2? But we got the L still. That don't make no sense. And then I want to say it was only one game, but he got suspended too for that, for a game. So, crazy stuff. But
you won the championship that year.
We lost championship.
I thought you won the championship that year.
That was 19.
No, it was the previous year they won it. That's why they.
You must have been one of the fans that left when we were winning, so you probably thought you lost. but we ended up blowing that lead, and ended up losing that year. So hey, what can you do?
Well, I remember the 19 championship game very well. 18, not so much when you get ousted in the first round of the playoff. You're like, who cares? We lost to some team in Greensboro in the first round.
But your current coach for the Sharks, he remembers the 2018 championship game. So when he was with Columbus, I think it was 68-6 or something like that.
Yeah, and that was one side. Yeah, that was a.
Now, granted, you guys had a lot of injuries and all that stuff too. Espinoza was out. I believe, right? Yeah.
Recently got married, by the way, if he's watching.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so he actually won. He finally won a ring. Just a ring in life, not a championship ring. But memories of the good old days with Carolina and Jacksonville and Columbus. Now,
well, I remember when y'all were robbed. Yeah, like literally. But yeah, the NAL's face looking to be pretty solid right at the end of the season too. They had the ups and downs, of course, but now they're in a position to finish it out strong, and
a couple looking good.
Yeah, well, even then they were losing. It's just I think Verlin Reed, wasn't that his first game back?
Yeah.
It was just a come out party for him, like I'm back, type thing. So, and was balling. I mean, he had a couple touchdowns in the air and on the ground. And when we turned it on in the bus, I think can't remember how many points they had, but Omaha had 12, and I was like, oh wow, this is weird. I think it was like 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, that's when
They
it
had
started.
12.
Yeah.
So I was like, shoot, I remember I texted Ricky. I was like, hey, good luck, y'all can pull it out, type thing. So, and then before you know it, chipping away, boom, 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 and then back, and then some couple defensive stands, and then was it Tommy Armstrong, is our quarterback?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's a stud.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He is a gamer for sure. Made some good plays, and just all around. I mean, they put themselves in a position to make it happen. Didn't Sioux City kick a field goal at the end?
Yeah.
And then missed it. Was it bad? Like a bad miss?
Not really bad miss in indoor standards. It was there. It just
Well, it's not like the other game. But didn't someone win on a field goal, last second field goal too?
that was in the IFL. That was Quad City.
Doing
beat
Iowa.
Again. Beat Iowa 44, I think it was. Like
I was right there with y'all. Like not doing well either.
No.
Tucson's not doing good.
Tucson pull off an upset this weekend though.
Did they? So what's that?
Yeah.
2 wins?
It's one.
Oh, well, no, they got 2.
2. So it's 2 because they beat Vegas.
Yeah,
Yes.
they beat Vegas just recently. I think they beat Duke City too.
Yeah.
I think it was the other one. So
The West is a cluster over there. It's going to be intriguing. And Green Bay's first place in the Eastern Conference, so that's kind of surprising. They embarrassed Frisco. Then TJ Edwards is still out, so wait till he gets back and see where the chips may fall. Massachusetts looks like they're falling back to the pack. So the chase for the 4 is going to be interesting. My team currently is nowhere near it.
Yeah.
And from what I've been seeing, it looks like we're just going to get some guys in here, try to, finish strong. So if a miracle happens, a miracle happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Oh, well, we won a championship last year. We can have an off season.
Yeah.
But that's looking around the leagues because we want to keep this as a short show today because Coach Rez is at home and family on the bye week. And a lot of our listeners this is bye week information. So any upcoming, I know there's multiple things coming that are leading up to June 1st game, the first responders and military appreciation night against the Steel City Bulls?
Stampede.
Yeah.
Why I say Bulls? Because I see the freaking Bull logo.
Yeah, they got a bowl.
But there are other events that are going to come. That we ain't doing. We'll do like Oklahoma, like horns down. Don't want to get no Texas stuff in here. Don't want to offend any Texas Longhorn fans. It's just welcome to the SEC. You're going to be really, really introduced to a good conference. I know we have a press conference coming up. We have a couple events leading up to that, and we have the June 1st matchup, which Military Appreciation Night is big in an indoor game. Jacksonville averages like 9K for those games. So, what's on the future?
Yeah, so we're in our bye week, of course. So, I feel like I've been on the phone for the last 3 days nonstop. So it's a bye week, but we're not off. I'm at home, but I'm not home. So luckily, my wife's still working during the day. We own a salon and spa here at home, so she stays busy with that. The kids are still in school. It's their last week of school, so I'm not being pulled away from family time, being on the phone, working still because they're all busy. So, so we're enjoying that as we can. But quite a few players stayed back this week. Quite a few went home, of course. But a few stayed back, and we're training still, working out, getting some recovery treatment. At one of our sponsors, at our partners of Thrive, to get some cryo and localized cryo and some massages and stuff like that. So, getting some work there. But our assistant general manager and our O-line D-line coach, one of our assistant coaches that helps Max. He was going to quite a few schools this week, bringing some players and whatnot. Our mascot was at a 5K run on Saturday, taking pictures with fans and stuff. So just trying to stay busy. It's great weather now, so there's a lot of happenings going on, and we're trying to be at as much as possible.
Dan's team will be at the Wild Things this Sunday.
Yep, Dan's team has a performance at the minor league baseball game on Sunday, and they'll be welcoming the fans as they enter the ballpark. And so that's cool to be, trying to get involved in as much stuff as he can. It's the weather was kind of crappy, so there wasn't a whole lot going on. But now it's pretty much there's something going on every weekend. Next week we actually get to practice in the arena. Turf goes down at the beginning of the week and pretty much stays down for the rest of the season for us. So, we're fortunate to be able to practice in the arena. We got a great practice facility anyway at Islands. But it's nothing like being able to practice in the arena. Like at any time you can practice on your playing field, you take advantage of that. So it's good for us for that. Big press conference on Wednesday at 11 o'clock at West Banco Arena. A lot of cool stuff to talk about. Almost close for some things of, some of the things we're dealing with off the field as far as, what our future looks like. Saying another dude talking about get a haircut. Future's looking good for us. I've had a lot of good conversations with some people, and I think we're leaning in the right direction with some stuff. So I'm excited about that. Then of course, Thursday we got a meet and greet at Alpha Tavern. It's a supporter of ours. The owner there, taking care of the team and feeding us a few times. In training camp, and they got a big school fundraiser going on there, so we're going to support them for that and hang out there with them to do that. Friday we got a big team gathering at a place called Four Seasons, which is a golf simulator center there in town, which is pretty cool. One of our sponsors, our partners, Ricky Zambito with Zambito Flooring, also owns Four Seasons, so he's going to get the guys there, take care of them. Play like a scramble tournament amongst the players and stuff. So looking forward to that. Be able to compete with the guys and have some fun doing that. Then Saturday, we got a chili cook-off, during the day leading up to our game. Downtown's a big event going on there. We're partnered with one of our other partners, Tito's Sloppy Dogs, who they're going to be supplying all the food and stuff for us with the hot dogs and chili, and just a ton to hang out with the fans, hang out downtown and try to get some people to come over to go buy some tickets right next door to the box office. And, we got a lot of different things going on with our military and first responders appreciation night. It's basically half off, but buy one, get one. Tickets for our military, veterans, active, retired, our first responders, active and retired, which is police, fire, EMS, paramedics, the people that we rely on to help support the communities. It's always a big game for me, like military night, just being a Marine myself. I look forward to giving back and recognizing some military and first responders and whatnot. So it's always fun. We're partnered with the National Guard, West Virginia National Guard for this game, and we'll be wearing a West Virginia National Guard jersey in our game, which is pretty neat. It's pretty awesome for them to be able to provide that for us, and just to help have people that have tons of followers and supporters across the state, and they're sharing with all the military personnel in the state of West Virginia, so it should be pretty good. You can also see on there, we have a promotion going for all coal miners and their family. Kids 13 and under are 50% off, which is pretty neat. We're working on a couple things with some partners to purchase a few sections and quite a few rows of tickets for coal miners to where they just show their ID and can get in for free. So we're finalizing some things on that. The June 8th game is going to be pretty big. I think that's going to be our biggest attended game. June 1st is looking to be pretty solid too, which is our next one, next Saturday. So we're got a lot of cool stuff coming up. Finishing out strong, get that momentum rolling into the off season or to the postseason with playoffs coming up and whatnot. Potentially on the 15th, for sure on the 22nd, with a bye week on the 29th and championship games on the 6th. So all depends on how things kind of fall together at the end here with the league. Right now, it's looking possibly we may have a bye week that first round, but they're trying to adjust some things to figure out, what that's going to look like. We were approached, if we do have a bye week, another team from another league, the champion of their league wanted to play us, and so we may add that game on the 15th just to, it's always cool to kick the butt of a champion of their league and send them back home. But we're looking forward to everything we got going on. So, appreciate you. Congrats on all your college stuff, coaching wise and whatnot. So, I'm just surprised you didn't say crap about a haircut since they're all in that same clique. So, but just a lot of cool stuff. I'm excited. We kind of bombed it a little bit on Mother's Day, our last home game. Still great base of fans. I got quite a few. I got some of my Cobras family coming up to the game June 1st, to the June 1st game. Stacy and them. Stacy's the store manager at Sam's Club there in Greensboro. Huge supporter of the Cobras since the beginning, really, since 2018. And they've been a huge support for everything that the Cobras have been doing. And when I was there, we had a lot of great stuff going on with them. So to have her and her family coming up to the game was pretty cool. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to them to see what a game's like with a home game atmosphere with fans there. So they'll have a good time with that. Since he gave me crap about my haircut, there's a little dig back at you there, Coach Negrone. So, but they're working hard. They got a lot of things going on that people don't know about, and every team's got something going on that people don't know about. There's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes leading up to this stuff. So your normal fan just shows up to the game and watches the game, but they don't know everything that happened to get to that point. So but hey, that's what we do it for. I was joking around the other day about some of the BS that we deal with with some of this, but guess what, we keep doing it. This is my 17th season in this game, so played 2 years and coaching 15, so it's fun. You're going to encounter a lot of stuff in that amount of time, good and bad, the good and the ugly, so to speak. And there's a lot of ugly involved. A lot of it comes out. You guys have seen through social media and some of the other leagues and stuff, and it's it's a shame, but it's the coaches and players and fans are the ones that get have to deal with all that crap. So
it's like hitting yourself with a freaking 2x4 and go, man, that hurts. Let me do it again.
Yeah. Let me turn it over.
And do it again. Over.
Maybe the other side don't hurt.
Yeah. Like, basically, from the person I've talked to recently, he goes, every single week there's some other new drama or BS that got leaked that it shouldn't be leaked, and now it's out in the world, but people don't realize that the reason why it leaked is because it's happened 2-3 weeks ago, and you're just now getting it. So he's like, well, I got to deal with this shit. Excuse me, I just got to deal with this. Yeah. Got to deal with this now, even though we've already went past that.
Yeah.
But that happens in this industry, like you've said, and what we've said together, and what Jeff's communications in this indoor. If someone says something and willing, someone freaking Duke City will hear it.
Yeah.
In 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Like, everyone talks to each other. Just wait. Yeah. Eventually comes. Someone's going to say something like, "Yeah, that's not entirely accurate, but okay."
Well,
good for you.
Some of the stuff I tell our coaches and our support staff, and I've told the owners a few times, like, it's the same business model, whatever team we're with. We're all doing the same thing.
Mm-hmm. And
some organizations it's easier than others. Some markets it's easier than others. But no matter what, at the end of the day, the one constant of everything is it's the people that mess it up every time. It isn't the model. It isn't the sport. It isn't the fan, so to speak. It isn't the marketing. It isn't the sponsors or partnerships. It isn't the tickets. It isn't the TVs, the YouTubes. It isn't any of that. It's some person that thinks they got the best idea and they want to reinvent the wheel, so to speak. And then all of a sudden you got a square for a wheel. And it's like, well, duh, we could have told you that wasn't going to work, but because you got a new guy come along, they want to throw their 2 cents in, and the people always mess it up. And
we're going to do it better because we know better.
Yeah.
3 months later. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey,
that's crazy.
That's how this industry is. Jeff, you've been very quiet, man. What you got planned for this weekend? Memorial Day weekend.
Nothing. Not a thing, man. Just getting things done, helping out with work and stuff. That's pretty much it, man. Hanging out, waiting for the bye week to be over.
Getting ready for that baby to come out too.
I am.
Yeah.
Baby shower will be June 1st, so I got the baby shower June 1st, game that night, so it'll be interesting. So
no chili cook off for you.
No chili cook off for me.
Are you guys? Is the team eating chili before the game?
No, so it's like a big chili cook-off thing. It's for I can't remember what exactly it's for. I'm still waiting on all the details, but we'll have a tent up. We'll be selling some light merchandise, directing people to the box office to go buy tickets, for the game. But it's a legit chili cook-off. But we're partnered with one of our partners, Tito's Sloppy Dogs, where we're just going to be selling chili dogs, to the fans as like a vendor. But so that's cool to be able to hook them up with a little business and hang out there.
I thought that was the players' meal before the game. I'm like, I'm seeing a scene from The Replacements happening here. A guy eating like 72 boiled eggs before the game time.
No. So our pregame meals, we either River City is a good restaurant of ours that's fed us a few times. Vicelli's pizza. Fed the guys once or twice. So, we try to mix it up amongst our partners. They do a good job of taking care of the players. So I try not to take advantage of one restaurant and do it all there at the same time. I want to spread the love out. So, they don't feel like they're being taken advantage of and whatnot. So, we got a lot of good support from that. So it's cool. So we're not. All right. Yay. No problem. You got to take care of stuff, man. We'll see you back on the 8th as one of our chain gang guys. They're bummed they can't. They got something coming up. What did they say it was? They were participating in the Special Olympics. I can't remember where they said it was at, but they were doing that. So that was pretty cool. But the chains ain't going nowhere. They'll be there when you come back on the 8th. So they do a good job for us. So it's we got a lot of people that support us on all fronts, different things that we do. It's pretty cool, I can't sit here and rattle off everybody, but there's a lot of people involved that help with stuff. Some paid very little, some volunteer. Got a lot of interns that help out with stuff. So, for us to be a first year where we're at, is pretty solid. Charleston, West Virginia, where they got their one of our equipment guys is there too. So, a lot of cool.
So you mentioned the down markers. You see what the NFL just announced today?
No.
They're experimenting on electronical down markers, meaning no down markers on the field. Everything's going to be not CGI, but done from the. How they do the line for the first down marker?
Yeah,
they're going to do it for the 10 yards.
That's pretty awesome.
I was like, oh,
we could have used that. We could have used that in our game Saturday. It was third down, and then it was changed to fourth down, and it was actually third down. Should have been third down, but they said it was fourth down. So that's like, anyways.
I was gonna say, okay, NFL. Tell me, they're going to rig games now, NFL. See, we're gonna start doing that. That's gonna be intriguing. I know you got busy in the background there, Coach. Let's wrap it up. Actually, we did everything that you wanted us to cover and talk about.
Yeah,
honestly.
Yeah, we got a lot of graduations this weekend. My niece is graduating. My son turns 12 on Friday. Taking him to Carowinds on Sunday, which is an amusement park. Take him there on Sunday for his birthday, and then head back to Wheeling on Monday.
And he's doing baby duty or pre-baby duty. Am I right, Jeff?
Yeah. Getting everything together. Got the room painted, all that done. Got the dresser up, just waiting for the shower so I can build the crib and everything else after that. So bedside bassinet's up and ready to go. So we're getting closer. Got an appointment Friday, so we're getting there. I know my wife's ready for it. She's hitting the dog days. She's done with it.
Well, I'm going to do something rare this weekend. I'm going to watch the least amount of football as possible. Refresh my mind. But Saturday I'll be watching some WWE pay-per-views, the Crown Jewel or whatever.
So are you doing it just because of that, or are the Sharks on a bye week?
Because the Sharks are on the bye. No. I was like, I had it. I'm done. No. I'm pretty busy over here and down here in Jacksonville Memorial Day weekend. So cell phones. You can watch everything on your cell phone now. And
Yeah.
I don't have to be home and watch. I can be like, we're so connected to cell phones this day and age. I honestly, if I don't know where my cell phone is for 5 minutes, I'm thinking I'm losing my mind. It's like, oh my God. It's like, I don't remember what I was doing as a kid. I was in the backyard with a freaking stick. Dad's like, hey, get that stick from me. All right, cool. Make it whack.
My brother and I, we dug a huge hole in the backyard one time with spoons. We were just digging and digging and digging and digging. We ended up hitting a pipe that was near the house, and yeah, we got in trouble for that. So,
well, it's been a show, bi-week edition. Next week we'll be back in Generations, or these two gents will be back in Generations. And to all the people of Willing, Minor Nation, wherever you are, drive safe, be safe on this holiday weekend. Go to Costco. They have a lot of good sales. That's where I'll be tomorrow. Memorial Day, probably. I don't know. Get a car, truck. I don't know. I'm in, maybe. I'll do something stupid, spend something I shouldn't have spent money on. This Memorial Day weekend. That's Jeff. That's Coach Rez. And we'll see you guys next week.